Yo, what's up, y'all? Hope y'all having a good day. This is day 3 of just pressing record and talking about whatever and whenever, I guess. Let's just get straight into it. Lately, I've been feeling very in tune with myself, with all aspects of myself. And I guess the best way to explain it is I've been focusing my attention on the happenings of my inner world and subjugating myself to exploring my unconscious fears and desires and forces that I have within me while simultaneously allowing anything that happens externally to just happen and just flow naturally without attempting to control it or adding any sort of personal bias or connotation to any event that happens to me. And honestly, it's been wonderful. It's been relieving, and I feel whole again. I haven't felt this way in a long time, honestly. I haven't felt this way in a long time. And all it really took was, well, all it really took was reading reading some books for a little bit, but the real the real big step, it was just facing my fears. That's it. There is no catch. There is no shortcut. It's really just facing your fears. They're not nearly as bad as you might think. These last couple of months have been crazy, man. I feel like I've undergone so much growth as an individual, and I feel like almost nothing can knock me off my pivot right now. No words that anyone has to say or opinions that anyone has of me. Not even the opinions that I have of myself can knock me off my pivot right now. I don't even let myself get to me. It just feels great. Um, I guess I want to stress listening to your conscious, really letting go and just listening to your conscious. There's a story that always really resonated with me, or at least inspired me deeply, and it involves the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates. If you guys don't know Socrates, like I said, ancient Greek philosopher, he was sentenced to death for corrupting the youth. Basically, he just had very different perspectives and ideas than what was accepted traditionally during his time. And because of it, he was sentenced to death. But the thing was, Socrates, he was given an out. All he had to say to them was everything I was talking about. I don't agree with it anymore. Um, yeah, that was just gibberish. That wasn't me talking. I'll stop saying that. And he would have lived, but he didn't. And he was afraid. he was afraid of death, like any man. Well, not really in the same sense, but he was most afraid of he was most afraid of going against his conscience, his soul, himself. He literally did not even let death allow him he didn't let death allow him to go against himself, even in the face of death. And I don't know, that story always stuck out with me, mostly because I've heard a few times to listen to my conscience, try not to go against it. And I felt the consequences myself of going against my conscience. It doesn't feel good when you let fear or anxieties or worries go against what you truly want within yourself, or you just try to ignore the voice that is telling you that this path is the one for you. You should just start this path, but you kind of ignore it to stay comfortable. I just feel like this heavy weight, like it's like a weighted blanket that was on me for fear, is like just lifted, and it feels so freeing. I don't know how to explain it, guys. Now, I mentioned earlier, or in the beginning of the video, that I've been exploring unconscious aspects of myself while also letting my external events just play out within my life. What I was really describing was mostly shadow work, which is like, oh, shadow work. I don't know. You hear it all the time, or at least I have, and I've never really understood what even is shadow work. Like, how do you work on your shadow self? Excuse me. But the best way to explain that, I guess, is any moments there's undesirable traits within everyone, right? Traits that are not accepted within society, um, that everyone displays. So naturally, you're taught to repress those sides of yourself. Narcissism, aggression, um, selfishness, any things like those, you're taught to repress. However, any side of yourself that feels those emotions is still you, regardless of how you feel about it. Um, and you gotta learn to accept it and integrate it within your person. And that's different for everyone. You have to really spend time with yourself and meditate. Notice, what are you repressing within you. You might have a thought within your mind about an individual that might seem negative at first glance, and it probably is negative. But sometimes I just sit in it for a little bit longer just to feel it out. The last thing I want to do is repress it, right? Doesn't mean that you need to act on these negative emotions. Doesn't mean that you need to go out and start beating on everyone or become super aggressive and super mean and whatnot. It's not what I'm telling you to do at all. However, you can't suppress those sides of yourself. You have to have some sort of way to filter it out and integrate it within your person. I don't know if that makes sense, but Yeah, I think reading a lot has helped me as well. After I realized that I didn't know shit, where I finally submitted to my ignorance and I finally looked towards God for answers, or at least, yeah, at least anyone because I don't really read the Bible. I think I might have said this before in a different video. Not yet. I will start, but been more so reading people who interpret the Bible themselves and their thoughts on it. Um, but I think taking that step of gaining knowledge outside of myself has really went a long way. And I recommend for anyone, Carl Jung, just not to say to read his books, but just take a look into him and what he thinks about the unconscious and integrating your shadow. And you might learn a thing or two, I guess. It's a good feeling, though, to feel this whole again. And I haven't felt like this in such a long time, guys. Such a long time. It's a different feeling. It's a different feeling, man. I don't really have a Bible quote for you guys today. Um, More so just sharing. I guess my happy thoughts about how in tune I feel with myself lately for today. I guess that's really it though. For day 4, I don't really know what I'm gonna talk about. I never do, so we'll see. We'll see. But if there's any takeaway from this video, if you even made it this far, I don't want to make the video too long because the longer it is, less likely people are going to make it this far. But really just step out of your comfort zone for once. Just a little bit. Just shoot for it. Just see what happens and fail. Failing is so good, guys. Failing is so good. Maybe no one has ever really said this because succeeding, you think that's like the go-to or what you need to do, but people who succeed are really just people who failed a lot. And failing is so good. Think about the top 1% of people. They don't even their perspective of failure is so much more different than ours. They don't even attach emotion to failure. It's just like boom, oh okay, I failed. That means this. That means I need to change this. This needs to be changed. Let's run it again. Let's run it again. Let's run it again. Oh, that failed. Let's run it again. Improve, run it again, run it again. Finally, it works. And it's in motion and it's running smoothly. And that's just how I've been feeling now. Failure is just like, it's not an obstacle anymore. It's not a worry. It's not a fear. But, anyways, that's really it. I don't want to. I don't want to make this too long. I hope you guys have a good day. Hope maybe my words helped you a little bit, or there's some sort of knowledge gained from this video. And yeah, hope to see you guys in the next video, day 4. I'll make it tomorrow. We'll see. Lord knows. Only the Lord knows what I'll talk about tomorrow. Anyways, take it easy, guys.